Africa Cup of Nations that will be held in Morocco. Now, let's move away from that. We get into some handball action, and the national women's handball team is in camp at the Nyayo Stadium, and they are preparing to take part in Africa Cup that will be taking place in the Democratic Republic of Congo, in Kinshasa, rather, to be specific. Davis Mberia paid them a visit in camp and found the following.
Well, a very good afternoon. Yes, we are at the Nyayo Handball Arena, where the national ladies team is actually sharpening their arsenal ahead of the Africa Cup of Nations, which is scheduled to start from 27th of this month. One of the teams that will be taking part, it is actually the women's side, the national team that will be going into the tournament for the second time. Remember, the first time it was held in Cameroon, Kenya being represented. And here, entering into their second week, we have 26 players who are actually coming from different clubs. I'm talking about Daystar, I'm talking about the national champions who are actually Ulinzi, the former champions who are Nairobi Water and NCPB. So I'll be speaking to the coach and also the players just to share with us where are they actually working on, and going into their second time tournament, what should we expect from them. I'll start with one of the players. It is her second time going into the tournament. You'll just introduce yourself and talk to us. What is your name? Which position do you play in the field? And how is the training so far?
Thank you so much. My name is Melvina Kinyi from Nairobi Water Handball Club. I do play as a center back, but I can as well assist the left and the right back. So far so good in terms of training. We did start off a bit slow, gauging the capabilities of the different players, just seeing what they bring on board. We do have like a combination of different players for the four top ladies team from the league. So we do have a lot of abilities brought on board. The coaches are trying to nurture that. At the moment, you are moving swiftly onto the defensive and the attacking, just to see how we can be able to react to different situations and different teams at the tournament.
Of course, you are here last time when you are preparing for the 2021 tournament. What is the difference between the two maybe editions when it comes to preparations?
Yes. So in terms of the preparations, the coaches have brought on board, we have a new coach from Ulinzi who are the national champions. So he brings on board a different point of view, a different voice, which in turn, if they combine with what Coach Jack has been giving us over the years, because he was part of the team that went to Cameroon, I believe that will also nurture the players more, give them a different perspective in terms of training. And we're also getting assistance from Coach Peter Mwathi, who is heading the equity team, and he's giving us assistance on that. Also, in terms of the team's combination, we have new players, young players who are very energetic. They bring new abilities to the team also. So with that, combined with what the older players, more experienced players have in terms of the technical ability, I believe we have a better chance in performing position-wise and even games-wise, given that we have a very doable pool, I can say. Some of the countries we have met, some we have not met. But in terms of the strengths and the capabilities at this time, I believe we can perform better.
The first match you're opening against Senegal, how are you prepared as one of the experienced players?
It will be a tough match, given that they have experience from playing tournaments in Europe. But we have... what we are preparing for against that match is playing defensively more than attacking, given that they are better than us in terms of the abilities and experience-wise, just by the opportunities that they have been exposed to. So we'll stick to our strengths, which is defensive, and then work with the attack as the game goes on. Yes.
Maybe what should we expect? You've talked about position-wise doing well. What should we expect from you?
Better for performance in general. Last time we did finish in position 9, I believe. So we are looking to go into the quarterfinals, and then we can see what happens from there.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I'll allow you to join your fellow players, maybe to continue the training.
Thank you so much.
That is one of the players just sharing with us, and she is ready to actually represent Kenya. So I'll also be speaking to another player from Ulinzi. These are the champions, and of course she is bringing in the experience experience and also the morale, considering they won the title last season. Welcome on KTN. Just introduce yourself and talk to us, maybe on your side, the first time you'll be going into the continental tournament. How does it feel?
Okay, thank you. I'm Euphrasia Mukasia from Ulinzi Sharks Handball Club. I play as a line player and also as a left wing. Okay, I'm happy for the call-up. It's my first time, and as from Ulinzi, I thank coach for giving me this opportunity to come and join the senior players, because I think there is more exposure I need to have as a player, as a new player joining the national team. And I'm ready to learn, and I think out of the exposure I'll be able to perform well, and we just hope for best performance.
Maybe what have you noted when it comes to the difference between being at the club level and being at the national level, where you get to interact with other players who are coming from other clubs who are actually your competitors?
Okay. Coming from another club, you come and meet other club members. There's a difference. The system of play is different. So it is where you come as one team, so you have to cooperate for you to work to the same objective. It is a good decision.
What do you expect from the tournament?
Good performance. Yeah, and getting to learn more from the best players out of the country, so that we can come back and exercise the same to the ones remaining behind. Yeah.
Thank you so much and all the best.
Thank you.
Yeah, that is, of course, the captain of Ulinzi and also the player from the women's national handball team, just telling us they are ready and some of the things they are actually working on right now. So I'll be speaking to one man who has been instrumental in ensuring this team is well and their preparations are in top gear. I'm talking about the head coach of Nairobi Water handball women's team. He is with us. Coach, welcome on KTN. Just introduce yourself and talk to us. I found here ladies are in high spirits. What is the secret? They are so happy and very ready.
Thank you. My name is Jack Herbert, coach handball ladies national team. As you are saying, the girls are in very high spirits. They are very excited. For the last time they participated in the Cup of Nations was in 2021. So they're excited to again compete this time round. They missed it last time because the government was not in a position to cater for them for the Cup of Nations.
Coach, tell us about the provisional squad.
The provisional squad is 26 players, comprising from 4 teams: Daystar, Ulinzi, Cereals and Water. The selection criteria was going for the best players with abilities, skills and tactics, and of course endurance and speed. That was our selection criteria for the 26 provisional players.
And maybe how many are you aiming to travel with to DRC?
We are aiming to travel with a minimum of 16 players for DRC. So whittling down to 16 players will be a task for the coaches, for the selection to get to the 16 players. It will not be easy.
Coach, the last time you were in Cameroon, you finished outside the podium, of course, places. And this time round, everyone is looking at you. And every stakeholder, talk of the fans, talk of the clubs, talk of the players, are looking at the national team. What can you tell them? What are you aiming?
I can tell Kenyans in general, our fans who are following us, that this time around we are going to finish in the podium, considering that the teams we are with in Pool A, we are able to get into the last 4.
Of course, that pool has one of the biggest teams. Talk about the team that you are opening the tournament with, Senegal. How are you prepared against Senegal? What are some of the things you're working on right now as the coach to strengthen them before going into the tournament?
Senegal is a good team, having competed at World Championship, having featured at Olympics Championship. It's a good side to face. Facing them, we'll be facing them defensively. We are working more on defense to go and face them so that we don't lose, so that we don't have many turnovers for them to come and score many goals against us. Yes.
Coach, before we finish, I'll also ask on the league side. Do you think we are at that competitive level when you compare our league with other nations? Talk about the African nations.
We were there before, We were there before when Nairobi Water was participating every year in club championship. I'm afraid for the last 7, now we're going to 8 years, no club from our country has participated in a club championship. That is where we get experience and exposure.
What has led to that drastic change into this?
I can say maybe it's economic situation everywhere. So that is why maybe you find companies like Nairobi Water can no longer take Nairobi Water to club championship. So I'm expecting and praying maybe teams like Ulinzi and Siros can come up and take their clubs to the club championships.
What's your parting shot maybe?
Just Kenyans to pray for us so that we come back with a medal. Yes.
Thank you so much and all the best.
Thank you.
That is the head coach of the Kenya women's handball national team just talking to us. Yes, they will be heading into that tournament. But again, they will need to be resilient as they will face some of the toughest teams from the continental level. So we shall be following keenly on how they'll be preparing and when they'll be playing their matches at the Africa Cup of Nations that will be held in Democratic Republic of Congo from the 27th of November. From the Nyayo handball court, I hand you back in studio.
Thank you very much, Davis Beria. Of course, he's